is hot here in South Carolina, but the dog still wants to play. So this week I decided to go ahead and do a USPSA match, and I was using something new, so I picked up a Walther P99 final edition. I picked this up because it's something I've always wanted. I've always liked the P99 in terms of aesthetics, and so I picked it up because I found one for a good price. So yeah. Going into the match, I'd only had this gun for about a week. So going into the match, I'd only put 40 rounds on the gun. So performance in the match, considering that, I thought was pretty alright. Gear for the match, just a cheap, generic, universal holster. It worked okay. It's nothing fancy or anything like that. And then the normal double mag holster that I've been using at all of my matches. So yeah, so quick intro. We'll go ahead and get right into the match footage. All right, so today I started on stage 1. Start position is on these two X's right here. Strategy was to go over to this left corner, shoot this target and this target, and then these two steals, this target, this target, this target, and then move over, and on the way over to here, reload, and then shoot this, basically shoot the same thing from the other side. So these two targets, then these two, then this one, and this one. So pretty straightforward.
You give me a nod when you are ready. Stand by.
The only real thing that was kind of funky on this stage was as I went for this reload, the magazine kind of caught on the edge of the grip. So when I went to push it all the way into the gun, it just basically slipped out the side and I just yeeted it. So that was funny. So time for this stage was 24.61 seconds. I got 16 alphas, 4 charlies, and 4 deltas, which put me at a hit factor of 3.9009. Overall, I ended up placed 39th, and then I was second within production. So stage 2, gosh, it's hot. Start position is standing here on these marks. On the start signal, I move over to this corner, shoot this target, and then kind of split the gap right here and get this target. Then I move over to this little notch and reload on the way there, then get this target, move over, get the center target, move over again, get this target, and then from there, we get the last 3 targets.
Are you ready? Yep. Stand by.
I think probably the only thing I could have done better on this stage was faster transitions between these 3 targets in the middle. But other than that, I was pretty happy with this stage. I ended up placing 20th overall and then first within production. My time was 15.03 seconds. I got 15 alphas and 3 charlies. And that gave me a hit factor of 5.5888. So stage 3 is pretty straightforward. I got these 2 marks right here. On the beep, I step in the box, shoot target 1, move down to the end of this little lane here, shoot target 5. Target 5 takes 4 hits, so and really only the head is visible, so it's basically headshots. And then after that, get target 2, 3, and 4.
Are you ready? Yep. Stand by.
So really, aside from this miss that I had on the far target where I shot the steel plate, This stage actually went really well. This was one of my best stages of the day. I tied with another stage for 16th place overall, and first for production. My time was 11.60 seconds. I got 8 alphas and 4 charlies. 2 of those alphas were on that far target, so I was pretty happy with that. That put me at a hit factor of 4.4828.
4.48.
So stage 4 was a qualifier stage. There was 3 strings of fire with this one. So the first string of fire was a bill drill on the furthest left target. So 6 shots as fast as you can.
Yep.
The second string of fire was 3 shots, reload, and then another 3 shots on the center target.
Stand by.
And then the last string was 3 shots, reload, and then 3 shots with your strong hand only on the far right target.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So the bill drill went okay. It was a little on the slow side, but like this is a new gun for me, and it's a little on the snappy side, so yeah, whatever. String 2, I was pretty happy with that reload, other than the fact that I didn't get the magazine seated all the way, so I had to tap rack bang to get that to fully seat. And then on this last string, I threw a shot, so I got 1 mic on this stage. For basically a brand new gun, I'm not too upset with any of that. This is actually my worst stage of the day. I placed 51 out of 70, which is not great. Time could have been a bit faster as well. My time was 16.73 seconds. I got 12 alphas, 4 charlies, 1 delta, and 1 mic. And then that put me at a hit factor of 3.7657.
That should be Austin.
All right, stage 5. This was probably the most complicated stage as far as going through the stage prep. It was not quite as straightforward, and it took me quite a few goes walking it through to really get down what exactly I wanted to do. What I ended up deciding to do was that I would start in this right corner over here, because from this right corner I could hit this target, all these back targets, this target, and this target, all from this back right corner. And that would be 14 rounds, where my magazines are 15, so that'd give me 1 miss just in case. So after I get that, I'd have to move over to this left corner, get these 2 targets, get this 1 target in the back, and then move up to this port, get this target through the port, and then take 1 quick sidestep and get this last target. And that actually worked fairly well.
You give me a nod when you're ready. Stand by.
So it was definitely risky taking these shots at these steals from this far position. Luckily, I did manage to hit them all, so I was pretty happy with that. And then you see me back up here and kind of take a double take on this last target. I wasn't quite sure if my hits were on target. I thought I might have 1 miss, so I checked. And luckily, I was able to see my hits, so I did not take an extra shot. So that worked out well. This stage, I ended up placing 27th overall. My time was 17.8 seconds. I got 14 alphas, 11 charlies. I did end up with 1 mic. I'm not exactly sure where that mic was. I missed it when they were going through scoring. So, and that ended up putting me at a hit factor of 5.2247. All right, stage 6. This stage was pretty straightforward. You start anywhere. So the way I started was I kind of started outside the box, lined up through the port with T1. So all I had to do was step inside the box, draw, and shoot T1. So you shoot T1, then T6, then T7, and then T8. Then come around the corner, blast target 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and see how that went.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So one of the things I was trying to do with this match was, since the P99 is a double action, single action pistol, I tried to start every stage in double action, and that actually kind of bit me in the butt here. On this first target here, I must have yanked the trigger and I threw a bullet into a barrel. I hit the target, however, the bullet was not a nice clean hole, so the RO had to call it as a miss, which, you know, happens. My time on this stage was 13.68 seconds. I had 10 alphas, 5 charlies, and that one mic. That put me at a 4.0205 hit factor. I ended up 42nd overall. Not great. That miss definitely cost me. All right, stage 7. This was probably my favorite stage of the day. Strategy-wise, it was pretty straightforward. The diagram here shows these X's right in front of the port. However, you are not actually facing through the port. So what I ended up doing was just starting on these 2 targets here, then kind of stepping over into the port to get these 2 far ones, come around the corner with a reload, and then I was going to try and get these last 2. The way this worked is you had a par time of 6.8 seconds, which I have not done a USPSA stage with a par time like that on it, so that was a first. And each target on this stage required 3 hits instead of 2, which that was also different. It actually made for kind of a challenging stage because, you know, 3 shots per target for 6 targets. That's 18 rounds in 6.8 seconds. So in order to get 18 shots off in 6.8 seconds, you have to get splits of 0.38. And that does not include the fact that you have to transition away from all these targets and come around the corner to get these last 2. It was a difficult stage to get all of that done. I didn't actually think I was going to make it to these last 2. I figured I'd time out before that. But let's see how I actually did.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So yeah, that wasn't too bad. I kind of had a little hang up on that first target. Obviously, I didn't make it to the last target. But overall, not too bad, especially for a gun that I don't have much experience with. I was actually really happy. I ended up making all my hits that I took, so I didn't miss anything, which, well, other than the targets that I did not shoot at, I did not miss anything. This was tied with stage 3 as my best stage of the day. I ended up placing 16th overall. Time on this stage was not recorded if you timed out. It was just, you know, you got 6.8 seconds. They just basically counted your misses. So I got 10 alpha hits, 4 Charlie hits, and then 4 no penalty misses. So not too shabby there. Okay, and now for a stage that I really didn't want to include in the video because it's super embarrassing. So this is another qualifier stage, and it's really similar to the other qualifier stage we did today where you had 3 targets at a certain distance, and you had to, you know, there was multiple strings of fire. And basically what ended up happening was at this point in the day, my brain was fried. I completely forgot the course of fire, and I confused it for the previous course of fire. So when I go up there to shoot, I basically do the first string of fire as if it was the previous stage's course of fire. I just, it was just really bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and just laugh at me real quick. We'll go ahead and play the footage.
That's it, right? Okay, well, I forgot what that was then. Okay, so that'll be 30 seconds. All right, so for this next string, I know what it was. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this time it's going to be 2-2-2, reload, weekend only 2-2-2. All right. I'm tired. It's hot. I get it. Are you ready? Yep. Stand by. Shut up. Go weekend. 2 on weekend. There you go.
So, like I said, turn around, shoot 6 rounds, and in my head, I completely forget that I'm supposed to reload, And so I reholster my gun, and I know the RO doesn't say anything, so I'm like, am I done? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, oops, I definitely forgot what the rest of the course of fire was. And then as I'm sitting there, I kind of remember what I was supposed to do. And so I'm like, okay, I'm good. But again, as soon as I go on this next round, everything goes out of my brain, and I just completely butcher the second course of fire. You can see me, like, I'm just struggling super hard. I just cannot. Luckily, the RO took pity on me and gave me a little bit of help there. You know, super embarrassing. I did make all my hits. I didn't hit the no shoot, but man, it's just, it really feels bad when you butcher a stage that bad. I know it's kind of a running joke amongst me and my family and my friends. Like, I always butcher like one stage, like I shoot the wrong target or whatever. But man, I think that was definitely the worst I've ever done in that regard.
No shoots. I'll take it.
What did you,
dude?
You brain farted?
Yeah. Brain farted hard.
I could hear the computer rebooting there.
Yeah. I'm ready to go home.
But yeah, somehow that was actually not my worst stage of the day. I ended up 49th out of 70. My worst stage was stage 4. I ended up placed 51st. I don't know how that happened, but you know what? I will take it. My time was 51.46 seconds, which was really bad. I got 8 alphas, 7 charlies, 4 deltas, and 5 mics, which put my hit factor at a whopping 0.2915 seconds. Yeah, did not feel good. Luckily, that was the last stage of the day, so I could go home and bury my shame. Overall, I ended up placed 35 out of 70, which is right smack dab perfectly in the middle. I got 39 alpha hits, 42 Charlie hits, 9 Delta hits, 8 mics, and 4 no penalty mics. Overall, given the fact that the day before I went to the range to make sure the gun was zeroed, so I put 40 rounds on the gun the day before and then came to the match. So given that I had only had 40 rounds on the gun before this, I don't think I did too bad, especially given my absolute mess up on stage 8. I'm definitely looking forward to using this gun in future matches. It's really a fun gun to use. I really enjoy it. It's definitely more difficult to use than some of my other guns. It's got shorter sight radius. The sights are a bit coarser, so it's hard to get a nice precise aim. But it's cool. It's a cool gun, and that's all that matters. As usual, if you have questions, leave them below. I'll get around to answering them. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.